You might have already dug out the old chili recipe and tracked down your winter coats, and now it's time to wait for the trees to perform their yearly color show. Meteorologist Michael Gonzalez explains the science behind fall colors.
You don't have to look at the calendar to check what time of year it is. The vegetation is starting to give us hints. Crisp, fresh green colors are beginning to give way to shades of gold and orange, and in a few weeks' time, some trees may glow with a fiery crimson color. Although the trees might seem to have a preset color changing schedule in mind, their photogenic show varies with each year. It all boils down to simple chemistry, influenced by week-to-week weather conditions during the late summer. I'll start with a very brief description of the three important leaf pigments for color: chlorophyll, carotenoids, and anthocyanins. The relative proportion of each determines a leaf's color. Chlorophyll is the pigment that supports photosynthesis, a reaction that converts sunlight into sugars for a plant. It gives summertime leaves their green color. The chlorophyll absorbs reddish and bluish light but reflects green light. Carotenoid pigment is present in leaves throughout much of the year, but until the fall, its yellow hue is obscured by the more dominant presence of chlorophyll. An anthocyanin pigment is sometimes produced in leaves toward the end of the seasonable summers, resulting in redder shades. There are three factors that influence the proportion of these pigments: sunlight, temperature, and soil moisture. The sunlight factor is most inevitable. We've already lost 3.5 hours of daylight since June. When daylight hours decrease, plants know it's time to stop producing as much chlorophyll. This allows the other pigments, carotenoids and anthocyanins, to become more dominant in the leaf, causing warmer leaf hues. Cooling temperatures have a similar effect to less sunlight. They tell the leaves to slow down their sugar-making reaction and leads to a breakdown of chlorophyll. Early fall cool spells are good for initiating this process and may have helped some trees throughout North Dakota get a kick start on their color change earlier this month. Conversely, warmer fall temperatures delay the color transition. Warm nights aren't great for getting vibrant fall colors. Soil moisture is the final key component, and it's very important. Fall colors will be less vibrant if the preceding summer was drier than normal. In fact, during severe droughts, leaves might die entirely before the fall colors become visible. However, unusually wet years don't bode well for fall foliage either. If the plants aren't stressed at all, chlorophyll content won't decline until much later in the year, leading to a delayed color transition and more chances for leaf damage due to sudden freezes, wind, and snowstorms. So where does North Dakota stand right now? Some trees have already started to change, but it's not yet widespread. The recent rains and warm temperatures will probably push back our peak foliage timing by about a week. Since our early month cooldown, the state has hardly seen lows below 50 degrees. Barring an unusually early snow or ice storm, which would greatly damage vegetation that's not yet gone dormant, this would place peak foliage timing around October 5th to 15th for the Williston and Minot areas and October 10th to 20th for the Dickinson and Bismarck region. Get that pumpkin spice out and the Halloween costumes ready. Fall's about to kick into high gear. Reporting for KX News, I'm meteorologist Michael Gonzalez.
You might notice that some trees change earlier than their neighbors. Cooler spots during the night, such as low-lying areas, have faster color changes than their surroundings.